Hey YouTube!
Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and I'm Canadian Retro, and I got some pickups for you here. I was at TooManyGames, and there were TooManyGames there, and I found a bunch of awesome deals on some boxed NES games. I got these games for $15 each. A lot of these are some childhood memories, and that's why I picked them up. Other ones, I just couldn't pass up the deal. Boulder Dash, Tiny Toons Adventures, RC Pro-Am, love this game, played it a ton as a kid. POW, aka Prisoners of War, Wizardry, because I love me the D&D, and of course Abadox, the Deadly Inner War. All of these are in mint condition and they are all complete with their manuals. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe, thumbs up to the video, and I will see you all later.
I don't know what that was all about, but I'm back. I got control of my channel again, but I'd really like to thank Hodge for smuggling those back over the border for me, back into Canada from the USA, just because I didn't really want to put that in my luggage. I just had to carry on, and I knew it was going to get tossed around, thrown around, and basically generally abused, and I didn't want those boxes getting damaged. So he muled those over for me. I really appreciate it, and I'm going to pick them up next time I see him, which probably will be at the Barrie Game Exchange, which is in September. But I don't want to talk about that just yet because I need to talk to you about TooManyGames, which was an amazing event. I really enjoyed myself. I don't have a ton of footage, but I will show you some right now. So that was just a very small component of it. I didn't have a lot of time to record anything. I was sort of focused on talking to people, and that's just about it. But I did run into a whole ton of awesome, amazing YouTubers that I never really, ever met in person before, which is really one of the reasons I love going to these shows. Really amazing time to meet up with people, talk to people. I met up with NJ Retro, which I've never met in person before, but we've done like Google Hangouts before, so that's really sweet. I met up with RGC, which is the Rebel Gaming Club. If you guys don't know them, you have to go check out their channel. I'm sure if you're subbed here, you're probably subbed there anyways, but I went to a concert that they put on, which was really cool. I really enjoyed that, and Discard and I had a great time checking that out. And then also, I don't want to like miss anybody, but I ran into like Corey Zamier. There was just tons of people. Dat Game Collector. I don't want to miss anybody, but there was a ton of different people that I ran into. JLove81 or JLove, you should check out that channel too. She's amazing and super high energy, which I love because wonderful, wonderful people. But there's a whole ton of people. I don't really want to get into it just because I know I'm gonna miss some people, but those are just a few that I can just remember immediately off the top of my head. That being said, I did miss a couple of people that were at that show, and I just did not run into them, and I'm so sorry if I didn't notice you or didn't see you or I just walked right past you. It was super busy there on the Saturday, that's for sure. That being said, I wanted to get into the other part of that experience, which is hanging out with the Cartridge Club, which here's the official shirt for the Cartridge Club for Philadelphia 2019 C3. I had a really great time, obviously meeting up with all the people that are members of the club whenever they can come around. My roommate was Jake. I'd never met Jake before. That was the first time I met Jake, so that was really cool. Also, I met Discard, which if you haven't checked out his channel, you definitely need to go check that out because he has like all the game storage and display ideas that you could possibly imagine. His channel is like solely dedicated to that, and amazing guy too. Like I said, we went to see the RGC together, so that was pretty sweet as well, and just like generally chat with him amazing guy as well. Also, just everyone that was there. I don't really want to get into it and start like name dropping every single person, but essentially there was a lot of Cartridge Club members there. I'll show you a picture right now. So as you can see, a lot of the usual suspects are there, but a lot of other people you don't get to see that often, which is really amazing for me, and I'm fully like enjoying that kind of camaraderie that comes along with that. So let's move on a little bit though, because you guys are probably here for the pickups, because that's what I'm known for. So let me get into this right about now. First thing I wanted to show you is really cool, and unfortunately this shirt, as cool as it is, it's gonna have to go. And check this out. I got this from Discard. I'm super impressed with this. This is his official logo and things, and I'll just show you here. It's collect what you love, and it says Discard underneath right there. So like I said, his channel's like really cool, and he just gifted this shirt to me. Basically has like a whole bunch of like super retro stuff on it, which I love, obviously. And I mean, it's all there, man. If you wanted to see like a collection on a shirt, this is the shirt to have. If you haven't checked out his channel, like I said, go check it out. Super awesome. That being said, let's get into some of the game related pickups. This is something, speaking of Discard, this is something that we found together at one of the booths, which I bought some games from previously, and I was kind of showing them, just like you can talk to this guy and get some deals off of him. And then we spotted these, and he bought some, I bought some, and they're basically like display things. I'm not going to get too into it, but basically it's like a display case kind of thing. You can put any sort of game in there. It's very like adjustable. If you want to check out these further, I'm sure he's gonna at some point do a video on this, because it's like his cup of tea, the display ideas. But I grabbed some because I wanted to put a game that I have in my collection into one of these, and I'll probably find another one to put into these cases, really protect it, because I do have like those Super Nintendo like cases, and like one of them is like just like a pink see-through case, but you can't really see the game fully. This is like totally clear, so really nice to be able to see the game and protect it like really awesomely with those. That being said, despite me not having most of those games with me, I got all those box games that Nintendo Hodge was showing you there. But I also picked up this because the guy was screaming out. It was basically like $2 a game. And the first one I got here is like a real junker, and that is Road Riot 4-wheel drive. I didn't know anything about it, but it was like the only like kind of not sports title in there, and I thought it looked kind of rad, but unfortunately I checked out some gameplay of this. I never actually got a chance to play it yet, and it looks like basically awful. The frame rate on it is miserable, so that one might actually end up going. I don't know if I'm going to keep it for the collection. This one here is not really like anything super special, but it is a platformer, and it looks like decently fun. It doesn't look like the greatest in the world, but that is Izzy's Quest for the Olympic Rings. So this is just a little platformer. Like I said, though, $2 for, and I mean $2 USD, but $2 for a Super Nintendo game, I couldn't really turn it down. That's just the way that goes. Getting into it, I got a couple of label upgrades, which is really awesome here for me, because I like to upgrade my labels basically. First one here is Dodgeball, and my copy of Dodgeball is actually in a Mad Max not case, but like the shell for Mad Max, and I just basically put like a sticker over top of it in order to to put Dodgeball on it. So there's like a 0 label on my copy of Dodgeball. This one is minty, so I upgraded that one, and I'm trying to remember where I got this. Oh yeah, I got this from a trunk deal at the hotel, which was one of Rocket Sauce's buddies was like selling off some games, and I think he charged me like $10 or something for that, which I think is a pretty killer deal for that title right there. And then this is one that I really wanted to upgrade for quite a while, because my copy of it's missing like the whole top label and like part of the front label. Looks pretty miserable. It's like basically cut in half, the artwork, and I finally got a really decent copy of it, and that is Punch Out, which is really cool. Mike Tyson's Punch Out version, obviously super cool right there. Just because, I mean, it's an amazing game. It's like a a game that's important to me. It's a game that I played in my youth, and I was just always bothered me that the label was a little bit off. But when I went to, you know, game shows here, people wanted like $40 for it, and I wasn't gonna pay $40 for Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. So when I found it for 20 USD, thought it was a pretty good deal. The guy had 25 on it, he cut me a deal on it, and then at the same time, he also cut me a deal on this game right here, which is Yo Noid, which I really wanted to check out and try out. So this one here, I believe Pam mentioned this in her panel, and if you didn't see any footage of that, I'm sure there's some footage around of that. But Pam, which is like one of the Cartridge Club members, she did a panel with what was her name? Aaron Plays, which is another YouTuber, which I think is like semi-famous or mostly famous. I don't know necessarily with that. I really went to see Pam's part of the panel, but they mentioned this game, I think, at one point. So really inspired me to go video game hunting. The funny part was until Sunday, I hadn't picked up really much of anything. And what I did was I saw Pam's panel, and all of a sudden, I don't know what it did. It just like inspired me to go buy some games. I don't know what it is that happened there, but I was just like, I'm gonna buy some games. So I like went and like hunted around and found all this stuff, and that was sort of one of the things that was on my list. One of the things actually to mention, which is on my wish list, and now it's like driving me crazy because I was like obsessed about it at Too Many Games. I only found one copy of it and one copy loose and two complete copies of it, but the person was asking way too much for the complete copies. It's like a game store. It was just outrageous in the pricing. And the other one had about $10 more on it than I was willing to pay. And at the same time, the label was just completely like bubbly and ruined, so I wasn't going to jump on that, which is Journey to Silius. So if you guys have a copy of that, extra copy lying around, and you want to work out a deal, I'm willing to work out a deal on that one, because that's sort of now on the forefront of my mind, although I just don't want to go and eBay it, because as a video game collector and hunter, it's kind of cheating for me, so I don't really want to do that. That being said, I picked up another title that was on my list as well, and that is Shadowgate. The reason why I wanted to get this one is because it's very similar to Deja Vu, which I have a lot of fond memories for, so I wanted to check this one out. Didn't have it in the collection already, so really sweet right there. And then the last NES game that I picked up here is Star Tropics 2 Zoda's Revenge, which again was huge on my wish list. I've had this on it for a couple years. I never really seen like a really decent deal on this, so when I got a chance to pick this one up, I definitely jumped on it, and so happy that I did. And it's in like really super minty shape, so really pumped about this one. That's everything from Too Many Games. What an amazing event. If you ever get a chance to go check it out, I highly recommend it. It is massive, and I didn't even show you like an eighth of the place. I mean, they had like an arcade, they had an arcade setup, which is like free to play. You had panels going on all day long. I didn't really check out, the only one I checked out was Pam's, but like there was panels going on all day long there. Lots of like other things going on. There was like concert shows going on. There was just, I mean, it was like crazy amount of things going on at Too Many Games. It's probably like just like an epic game show, and if you get a chance to go check it out, you definitely need to. I know that if I ever get an opportunity to go do that again, I most certainly will, although it's hard for me to, you know, take the time to go do that, but at the same time, it's pretty cool, and if you get a chance, go check it out. That's everything I got for you this time around. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I'll see you all later.
Having fun, I like that.
It's awesome.
You guys are real nice.
Dancing.
And all our friends are here, and that is the best part, and I appreciate all you guys, all my YouTube friends, and all the guys that are part of the community that are here. What's the next song, Ryan?